Welcome to the Roy Anthony every Tuesday and every Thursday. Y'all tap in.
Is this thing on? Can you hear me?
Roy
Is
Anthony
anybody out
Show
there?
is the spot to be, baby.
Hey, tune in. It's the hottest show, homie, on the West Coast. The Roy Anthony Show. It's the hottest show, homie, on the West Coast. The Roy Anthony Show. It's the hottest show, homie, on the West Coast. The Roy Anthony Show. And it's featuring the homie Big Hank
And Cynthia.
It's the hottest show, homie, on the West Coast. The Roy Anthony Show. It's the hottest show, homie, on the West Coast. The Roy Anthony Show. It's the hottest show, homie, on the West Coast. The Roy Anthony Show. And it's featuring the co-host Big Hank
And Cynthia.
It's the hottest show, homie, on the West Coast. Everybody tune in, you dig it? It's funny as hell, my dude. It's where we can kick it.
Every Tuesday.
Everything is going
Every
down.
Thursday.
They about to do the most. It ain't a confrontation, it's a conversation, homie. Yo, on the weekends, Roy Anthony
Every
Show. It's through
Tuesday.
the week, homie. The Roy
Every
Anthony
Thursday.
Show. What you listening to? The Roy Anthony Show. Come on and get a
Tap
call
in.
before we gotta
Tap
go.
in.
What you listening to? The Roy.
Do you want that real stand-up comedy? Then watch Roy Anthony's weekly stand-up comedy show with featuring comedians from all over the country, seasoned comics, up-and-coming comics, performing live in Los Angeles, produced by Roy Anthony, Where's My Grill, Big Hank, Long Beach Players, promoted by Navigator, Media One. Come on, USA, let's get our laugh on. With my co-stars, Big Hank, Norman, Miss Cynthia Joy Towner. Roy Anthony Show represents the WO platform, which was created by veterans to bring awareness to how our veterans, active and non-active, commit suicide. And we became a talking piece for them. They, I always call us the Lowry seasoning for it and stuff. It was love that really sucks. And the WO, which is produced by Richie King, aka Redneck Pimp, along with the co-creator Goose. People jumping in and stuff. And before I put in the comments, I just want to give those kudos out to the staff of the WO platform, which we are going around the US. We got Richie King, aka Redneck Pimp, along with the co-creator Goose, our social producer Blue Phoenix, Ethan Daly. See a lot of people jumping in. A lot of people understand we're on 8 different platforms that goes around the US and other countries. And so I always love to give a shout out to my good neighbors, which is the BV Nation, back with veterans based out of Oregon, the Long Beach All-Stars, which are based out of Los Angeles, Southern Los Angeles, which is Long Beach, Compton, Linwood, and Watts. And then I want to give a shout out to the WO family, which is based around the US, and then our own personal family, friends, and associates. God bless everyone. Carl, what's up with you? He said, Roy, my brother from another mother. What it do? You got it, man. Looking forward to July the 14th. As me said, rest in peace, Top Food. Yes, just all the prayers and the awards. Carl's Dean, good morning, man. I don't even let him know, of course, it's Carl, since he just been like, just me on this thing. You see, that's what his name be saying, just me. We know who it is. And so if I figured it was for government rights, he didn't want me to use his real government name. But I'm laughing, but I'm mourning, because as you've seen, just me said, rest in peace, Top Food. Anybody who knows me, how I met Richie King and Goose was through my baby brother, Top Food Panda. And he passed away into the next, to the glorified level. That's what I felt in my heart yesterday. And it was kind of surreal, and I didn't want to be exploiting this show today because of his passing, I just want to make sure that the world know that, they lost a true comrade. He was a veteran of the United States military. We met in 2012, beginning of 2012. We was introduced by the Stanford and Sons Comedy Club. Their family been knowing me, raised me since I was 14. Thanks, man. He said Tafu was a damn good man, very funny man. Yeah, Carl, sorry for the loss, brother. Thank you. I didn't want to be where I'm gloating about that. Over the years, as we traveled, did comedy, he would stay with me all the time out in Los Angeles. Rick, Hank, all the fellas in Los Angeles who knows me knew him. And then he introduced me to where I'm on we've been the end of the 9th season. We just been extending it this 9th season, over 290 episodes of the Roy Anthony Show podcast through the WO, in which I met Richie because I was in Kansas City and Top Food called me one evening and said, hey, this was I think 2000 and beginning of 2020. And he said, hey, I have a friend. Can you stand in for me there at this spot? I said, well, all right, who is he? He said his name is Richie King, but they call him Redneck Pimp. And he said, it's going to be in Cameron, Missouri. I said, Cameron, Missouri? Where's that? And it was like an hour and a half from Kansas City, Missouri, which I'm on the Kansas City, Kansas side. And I go down there, and so, matter of fact, my mother and my auntie wanted to go watch him, my cousins, so we all four go down. And it was just like I expected, that I would probably be the only black. But what was so funny is that it wasn't about race or color. It was about family, humanity. We got one common thing in common is that everyone in the world can laugh. It's easy to get mad, but it's hard to have the common ground to come together and laugh. And then, of course, I didn't disappoint them and stuff. And I'm with family. You can speak, man. It don't bother me with family and stuff. And appreciative because ever since I've been telling the world that God is my stable mate, my, spiritual God is my stable mate. We have it back light up and everything, but I'm loyal to this. And I've had family now. Got love for Richie King and his wife, Shelly. Got love for the BV Nation and the people I've met through. I know some people don't agree with what I'm saying. That's why it's not a confrontation, it's a conversation. I'm not a perfect person. I've been through the same things that we all been experienced with. We've all, from molestation as children, going, having problems with child support, dealing with someone, especially with me being a Black American, because I had to deal with the police. And it's a difference. And one of the things I always try to emphasize is that Blacks make up 13.5% of the United States. And that 2% of that 13.5% actually commits crimes. But the media paints it as that we are the animals. Anytime you see a Black person, we're about to come at you. I like Just Me said, it's a debate, not a disagreement. And anybody knows on my show, I do not go with conspiracy theories. I don't go with theories. Theories is an unproven fact. I go with facts. There's things that I had to stand up and be corrected because I base it off a theory when a theory is an unproven fact. the fact of the matter is, all blacks did not come from Africa from slave ships. Some of them migrated on their own by taking the coastal shores that from Africa leads you into South America. Some of us was here already. That's why Thanksgiving dinners is still based on the same thing. Smashed corn, which we call dressing, greens, vegetables, and stuff. And the thing is, we all came together to become the United States. Now, do we have some periods of that it was kind of disgusting? Yes. Slavery was disgusting. But we look past that, and me being raised by my black family, they taught us how to forgive. And you don't look at somebody because of the complexion of their skin, but by the content of their character. One thing I knew about Thai Food Panda is that neither one of us had no respect of person. Man, me and him kicked it where we're the only blacks at the comedy show. With whites, been with Latinos, and then we be together with blacks, and it's nothing changed. And we still be ourselves. Shelly, Richard King said, feeling sad today, brother. And there's me some Martin Luther King. See, I used to be terrible. I used to strike back out at the situations that I face as being a black coming up in America. But God had to wake me up because he said, all that I make is good. It's the demons. Like my brother'd say all the time, you just gonna let that demon take over? My grandmother said all good is from God. When you want to do people wrong, these are demons. And my brother 30, y'all know him. He always say, you just gonna let that demon take over? I know you in there. For real. When you plant hate, you can't not expect you're gonna get beautiful roses. You're gonna grow something that's hateful. You know, God is not to be mocked. What a man reap is what he sowed. If whatever befalls upon your life is because you may have to look back. That's why we call it repentance. Repentance lets you catch up. It lets you not have to go backwards. But when we don't want to repent about it, that stuff in the past is keeping up with us. I had the episode last week or so, even between, because the enemies attacks me. Thank you, Miss Ramonda Roberts. She said, hello, handsome. Hello, beautiful. I'm not scared. I'm about to shock the world. And the thing is that I'm not condemning nobody. I'm not into that. I'm about humanity. I don't care what your sexual preferences is, none of my business. As long as you ain't molesting children and raping women and children and stuff, I don't have no problems with you. You know, for real. Do I have problems? Yeah, everybody do. But do I let them take over me? No, I do not. You know, negative energy has no place in the world or in our lives. Thank you. You're absolutely right. And, you know, I was looking at something when we all are facing the death of something. I don't think you care what race you is. I was looking at this plane and it was trying to land and the wind made it go up like this. Okay, let me show you what I'm talking about. Check. It's an American airline plane. He's trying to land. Man, when I saw that, and that plane is going up 90 degrees, I ain't thinking about no race. I'm thinking about, man, let's everybody grab hands and sing Kumbaya, because this don't looking right. You know, life is like smoke. You see it, and then it's gone. And I'm following the basic instructions before leaving Earth. Along a 3/4 of my life, I lived dangerously. I lived in scenarios. I'm not I'm that person who I'm never been a follower, but I've never been a grouper neither. I'm not that. Roy, I don't think that's real. I have to look at it, but I think it's a DCS flight simulator. I was hoping it's fake too, but I was just thinking though, if you was in that, would you care about who is gay or who's black or white or Asian or Protestant, Catholic? Would you be caring at that scenario? See, sometimes we sympathize. That's why someone say, "Oh, he died." It's, "Oh, my condolences." It comes out naturally. But when you empathize, you put yourself in their family shoes, and what I'm saying. If you got that heart, it propels. What can I do? It seems like a lot of people in the United States believe in God, but it seems like we got different gods, because my God told me I don't supposed to have respect for no person. To have a conversation, get to know them. Then I found out that they laugh at the same jokes I laugh at. I was with Richie and met some of his family members, and I was in Jamesport, Missouri. Now, to a black, yeah, it sounds just like, and they explained to me that, and they took the time to explain to me that it used to be a sundown city, where that meant that anybody can kill a black person. And and I know of sundown cities, and I was like, wow. And guess what? I didn't have no fear of it, because they said that's how the rules was. And I was teasing Richie. I'm like, here it is getting dark, and you got me here. But I walked through no fear, because it can only destroy my body. They cannot destroy the soul that's getting me to have the courage to be able to speak to the whole world. Even you catch me at my best, you catch me when I'm going through, and I keep having the same beat, man, because there's so many times I shouldn't even be able to talk. But I am. I'm hoping that everybody I always think that when a person dies, that when people speak so highly about them so much, that it gives them merits up in heaven. You know what I'm saying? That's how I look at it. He gave me a chance. I was like Paul on the road to Damascus. I got shot, made headline news in all through California. Meeting shot on the highway, 2002. I was still like, hey, it is what it is. God starts saying, well, I got a true soldier. I got to work with him. And when he started getting my attention, and then I started noticing that the homies would tease me like, man, scriptures just be coming out of you. I'm just not a religious dude. I'm not that dude who's going to wear a 3-piece suit and play a tambourine and do the shuffle buttle and all that. That's not my get downs. I'm not knocking nobody, but God is with me every second of the day, Sunday through Saturday. He told me if I'm around 2 or 3's gathered together, touching and agreeing, that means we're agreeing the same thing. A lot of times I don't see how a person feels one with like 200 people. I don't know what I don't know what they're thinking. Just me said, I was raised to never speak bad about someone who died. Whatever you felt when they was alive is over when they leave this earth. You know, but that's a good way to look at it. If you don't have nothing, it goes with that. If you don't have nothing good to say, don't say nothing at all. You know, I tell people I like the movie Christmas Carol, Scrooge, and it's not just for Christmas. It's he had to be visited by three ghosts from his past, present, and then the future. And the future didn't look grim. It didn't look very promising. It looked like it was old tombstone in the underbridge, kind of like. And he repented. And that next day started the rest of his life, because he did not go back to being the old dude. He repented, which helped you start that particular moment. It's just that easy. Lord, come into my life, forgive me of my sins. You mean that something starts happening. And the demons, oh, they mad. They mad. My angels around me got me protected, but they mad and been trying to cause all types of conflict. But I'm a true soldier about this. What don't kill me makes me strong. And then when I see the things that's a promising and coming together, he confirms to me that I can't go backwards. I can't go back to being chaos. It raises up out of me. Anybody knows me, it does raise out of me sometimes. But I can't go backwards. And that's why I be telling our veterans or anybody who's thinking about committing suicide, started from that moment on. You know what? No matter what other people say, don't let it be like water off. Some people don't have the strength to just ignore someone or don't pay attention. Or, you know, take it like a duck takes water, bounce off your feathers. Sometimes I feel like the whole world is on our shoulders. They trying to make me feel like I'm supposed to be Atlas. But I have a spiritual God that's way stronger than Atlas. And how would he know where my intestinal fortitude is unless I put into the situation to show it? I have faith in God, no matter what no one say and stuff, you know. And I do know that Tafu had faith in. He would joke and tease, but God don't measure us up by the things we say. He measures us by the things we do and what's in our heart. There was a story of a man. He had two sons, and he went to the one son and he said, "Hey, would you work in my field?" And that son said, "Yes, I will." But he never did. He never did what he said he was going to do. So he goes to the other son. He said, "Hey, will you work in my field?" And this son said, "No, I won't. I'm not going to do it." But he goes out and does it anyway. Now, who had favor in the father? Who had favor from the father? The one who said he wouldn't, but he did. And you have to understand, the one who said he would do it and he did not do it was a liar. He said something to make you feel good and all that, but it never gets done. That's a liar, manipulator, cheater. The one who said I wouldn't, but he did is not a liar. That's a change of mind and repent for that. Man, I was wrong for that. And instead of trying to go with words to justify it, he just let his actions speak. He went out to the field and worked with it. See, a change of mind is not a lie. A liar will tell you something and ain't no base, no truth, to know nothing. A manipulator is like witchcraft. Make everybody see something was going on and it's not. We just seen that from P. Diddy. He put out a statement, I never would do nothing like this and nothing like that. But all of a sudden we see a videotape. Now it's, well, at that time I was in my dark hour. No, this is something that looks like you've been doing it for a minute. It's none of my business, except I don't believe in abusing women. I've never been a guy who hit women. I never did. I'll leave them. I was known to do that. I'll leave them, but I'm not going to beat no one. I don't, and sure not going to degrade them with words. And I want to, supposed to be my queen. No. That's why I learned from guys who are married, bad company corrupts good manners. Ice Cube lyrics don't help you with a relationship. I look at examples like my brother, early 30, Richie King, my brother, Big Hank, Big Ski, the one who you hear the music, I always using him as my tracks. Carl Loomis is getting a bunch, you know what I'm saying? Him and Caitlin Loomis, July the 14th, let the whole world know it's going down in Oregon. Yours truly plan on being there doing stand-up. And that's why, I do stand-up comedy, because of the drama that I've had to move my mother. I've had to deal with some situations with my kids. My best friend dies. And guess what? They murked with my finances. They was like, for real. They was trying to shut me down. Whatever. I might have been making a lot of Swifties mad. I don't know. You see my face. You feel me? Because when it's time for me to go on and exit, my work is done. And I don't know when that time has come. Nobody knows when your time is coming, and you sure can't give a rain check. You can't be like, hey, if it's the day, it's your day, and you just said that you didn't get some stuff done. I suggest you don't procrastinate, because you can't get a rain check, So you got to look at life as like it's smoke. You see it and then it's not there. And soldiers, my veterans who had to live under, bullets and bombs and constant warfare, and every day, like it could be bombs going on behind me now. I'm still trying to do the podcast, running through a tunnel, holding my laptop. It's real out here. They had to deal with this every day. That's why I feel like the United States should exploit more of what's going on with our veterans than we do with Senate. And these cats, Marjorie Greene arguing with Miss Cortez, and this guy, and this Supreme Judge has did this. Man, it's too much attention. Let's talk about the general public people, how we become the United States of America. The rest of the world has been laughing at us. I hope y'all know that. We're supposed to be one of the powerful countries in the world, but we got a lot of problems within us. And then we want to try to help the world. That's the only thing I had about the presidential cabinet. That's the only thing I had a problem with, because I look at it like this, them folks going to do what they do. You know what I'm saying? Because I can't just say white folks, there's some black folks involved too. And when they want to give all this money to Ukraine, but then ask us, because I would be like, hold up, I seen y'all putting black students off the trains while bombs is going around. Now you want us to help you? Come on, man. Then I see these people coming over here from Palestine, and you want to fight against us, because a war is going over there, but you want to protest over here because we got freedom of speech, and you think we supposed to use our military to help you in a situation where you look down at blacks here in America, but you want there's blacks in the military of the United States to go over there and fight for a country that you can go over there and do yourself. Like one of the veterans put on Go enlist and go fight your own fight. Stop trying to bring it over here. And so, no, you're going to get arrested over here, because if you try to do that over in your country you're fighting for, they're going to shoot you or cut your head off. You already know. We ain't done. You think that we ain't paying attention? We see how you act at the stores and all that, and then you want us to fight. You come over here and stuff, trying to get you go to the UN. Every time somebody is having a problem, they want to start over here in America because we got freedom of speech. My fight ain't with Ukraine and Russia. It look like, if you look at it, I don't have my globe with me. Ukraine is part of Russia. What we giving them money for? And stuff, because this man was the voice of Paddington Bear, played the president on TV. Seemed to me he just was having a good time. And the real boss said, you know what, you don't even deserve this. Now, I don't know. I just don't believe that American citizens and veterans being homeless, you can't get a home because you don't have a credit score over 580. We got a lot of blacks and homeless people over here. You got what was the son-in-law for former President Donald Trump? He gets all these subsidiary ownerships of these projects and leaving them like projects. You just got $1 billion, brother, from somebody over in the Middle East, and you don't want to work with the projects, better housing, better position in jobs. Shoot, when you pack people in like animals, what you expect they to act like? Just me said, Israel is a long-standing ally of the U.S. We have to support them. Ukraine is not. They shouldn't get a dime. Well, I agree, except I agree with the part about Ukraine. I just believe, Israel, you're saying they stayed along with us, but we the ones who created them in 1948. Just like we created Hawaii and stuff like that, because that's an oil baron. So we had to get control of that because we was looking in the future of being an industrial build. That's why we was one of the richest countries in the world. I study, just me. I research. I have a degree. I'm a civil engineer designer and constantly reading, researching. That's why I don't work with theories. I work with proven facts. Everything I say, you can go back, look at what I said, and then look up in the books. Israel became a country in 1948. God said, protect Israel, which was way before Christ. That meant it was a people, not a country, because Israel was the third generation of Abraham, and he changed his name to Israel. Oh yeah, Israel and Hawaii were around long before they, but not the names, bro. Israel, the country itself, but when we took the certain portion, you got to read it. Israel became Israel in 1948. Hey, started. She said, "Good day, everyone. Good day." And not, me and just me. We're not having a confrontation. We're having a conversation because my words, his words. We look it up. If I'm wrong, I say, "Oh man, okay, you right." I'm quick to say that because now I know. Ignorance is bliss. Foolish is when you know and you still want to go with the dumb shit, So we want to keep it 100. And just me, he like me, he's a researcher. And so we talk back and forth and stuff. And I respect him. And so sometimes, like me, I have a personality. Some people, some of my friends like, Roy's up, we'd laugh because I'm genuine. And so I don't never a person because I like people who can talk about stuff I look at everything. I looked at Tucker Carlson. They knew I used to, I look at all them. I listen to the speeches. I don't turn my back It's not former President Donald Trump with those nooses and everything. I wouldn't think he would like that himself, but his agenda is to get that money and trying to get back to the presidency and stuff. And so me, myself, great topic, Roy Anthony. Thank you, Ms. Starlet. You know, they saying that it's been prophetic to me that my stand-up comedy go around the world. And I've been going around the world. Just using my insight of just me not doing stand-up. It's just me being my simple self. Talking, I research, I question. One of the things, I don't say let's dwell on our past. I want America to be, we know the past. Let's move forward. When people are saying, oh, let's go back, like make America great again based on the 50s. No, let's keep America great by bettering up ourselves. I'm gonna make that. Let's keep America great. And with emphasis in parentheses, by correcting. Because the whole world looks at us, because guess what? Especially blacks. I found out the whole world interested in blacks from America because of all the stuff that goes on that they see and everything like that. They see that we're constantly coming up with lyrics. We're constantly coming up with dances. Not saying that we're the only ones, but we do. If you don't learn from history, you will repeat it. And that's why but we don't have to live it. That's part. You're right, just me. We know it, but we don't have to live it. That's why I'm against Florida. And y'all know how I feel about that DeSantis stuff. You can't eradicate history because you got an agenda. You want to be able to teach and stuff, your kids and everything. When you're not there, who you think they not listening to? They probably doing something you don't know. But ain't nothing wrong with it. You got to isolate the whole history. Yes, we got to know our history, but we don't have to live it. I'm not going to become a major millionaire so I can make some white person my slave. That's not my agenda. I may have a maid, somebody I sure ain't going to have them dressing up like a maid outfit, just clean up the house once every 2 or 3 days, but I don't need no man to help me dress. I'm a butler. I don't need no butler. Just me say, I know a lot of conservatives in Florida who are sick of DeSantis. I believe it. Both sides, man, because you know what? Every time we're trying to heal, you got somebody, ripping the scab and stuff like that, man. We can't move forward. But we make everyone's agenda about all of us, and it's not about all of us. I like when this old lady, and so elderly, 80, 90 years old. So it was at the senior citizen, and it was uplifting the senior citizens. Check this out. Oh man. And so I said, if I ever had been a nursing home, I know, I won't be listening to, it'll probably be stuff like, Snoop, Ice Cube, you know what I'm saying? That's our generation, You think that's why I'll wait till Gen X gets in the nursing home. That's what I'm just saying. Wait till we end up in nursing homes. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna make it lit, but anyway, I just ask everyone just to keep it 100 with yourself. We get what we give out. Yes, you're gonna have problems, yes, situations not going to come your way. But one thing you're going to do is keep our heads up. If y'all knew half of what I was going through, I said the average man would have gave up by now and stuff. But the enemy attacks. And as long as you have foundation, now I'm about to be bringing it to the end. I have some things to do with my family members. But I want y'all to know this, you know. First, a big Hank. First, let me say, when they're neither here, that means that something's going on and stuff. And I want to say, I always say, everyone knows I love my brother, Tafu Panda and stuff. God was showing me last night that, I really don't share the dramas of stuff that I've been through personally, but every professional comedian has gone through some major personal stuff that affects. That's why we do stand-up. Now the world got to actually see that I lost somebody and how personal it was, which is going to make my comedy even stronger, because now I'm not just doing it for the ones I've been doing for my family and my friends and myself, but now I have the other spiritual part, and you got to see the drama, the hurt, and I was just laughing at some of the things that we had went through. Started to say, okay, have a great day, holler later, God bless everyone. I was thinking about something that me and Top Food, and we always laugh, even when things was bleak, we'd find something to be laughing about it. And the last text we was making each other laugh, he had told me, he said, hey, I don't think I'm gonna make it this time, bro. And I'm like, oh man, you're gonna be all right. You're gonna be all right. I'm gonna check you in 2 days. And this was 2 weeks ago. So that Saturday morning, I got up and I texted him. I said, hey, you still with us? And he texted back and said, yeah, I'm still here. He said, yes, sir, I'm here. And I said, I'll be sending emojis with each other. Life is like smoke. You see it, then it's gone. If Miss Cynthia Joy was here, she'd be saying, always know that the strength is in you. It lives in the survivors. Big Hank would say, God is not to be mocked. What a man soweth, what he will reap. And always know that God is looking at you. Even when you think he isn't, he's looking 24/7. It's nothing that goes back. Then I tell you, once again, God is closer to you than your own mouth. You don't have to go to a building or nothing. The spiritual God, through the salvation, that's what I believe. Just say, Lord, forgive me of my sins and come into my life. And it help us talk to him. Help me with this problem. Help me with that. Been Roy Anthony. I represent the Roy Anthony Show podcast with my man Big Hank, Cynthia Joy. We represent the WO platform, which was created by Richie King, Redneck Pimp, and Goose. So started Blue Phoenix, 8th and Daily, friends, family, associates. God bless y'all, man. Bro Anthony, I'll see y'all next Tuesday, for real.
Welcome to the Roy Anthony every Tuesday and every Thursday. Y'all tap in.
Is this thing on? Can you hear me?
Roy
Is anybody
Anthony
out there?
Show is the spot to be, baby.
Hey, tune in.